For eagles, the most important thing is watching. But what happens if it stops watching? Does it fall? No, it simply keeps gliding. And that is the beginning of the disaster. The eagle is still flying at the peak. Its wings are open. Its altitude is quite high. Everything seems completely normal right now. It is an eagle, and it is still very strong. There is a serious problem, and no one is aware of it yet. Have you ever thought about it? When did you experience a loss of control in your own life? When did the things that were once very important to you start to feel unimportant? Maybe you are still doing the same job. Maybe you still think you are the same person. But is everything really the same as before? Or is it just a life that has fallen into routine? Are you flying, or are you gliding? The question is actually that simple. And only you know the answer that is truly right for you. This video will follow the absence format, which is our second series. An eagle breaking away from the ground, and a human breaking away from control, because both ultimately lead to the same result. Quietly and slowly, welcome to my channel. I'm James. In this video, we will learn what loss of control really means. Let's begin. Enjoy watching. How important do you think focus is for an eagle? What happens if it loses its focus? The eagle is still in the sky, but there is a problem in its hunting instinct. This is an invisible problem. Can anyone notice this change? When is it noticed? Who can notice it? Other birds, nature, or the eagle itself? The eagle glides. At the peak, as always, alone, under the wind. The sky is clear. Everything is normal. But actually, it isn't. No one knows during this period that something has changed so sharply that nothing will ever be the same again. After all, for those who don't focus on details, an eagle is still an eagle. From this perspective, there is no problem. It still has sharp talons, intimidating. The strongest wings are still its own. And this is where the problem begins. There is a problem, and not everyone can understand it. The name of this problem is focus. Do you know what a focal point is? Simply put, it is the most important mechanism in the world for predators. And as I will mention shortly, it is the same for humans as well. What does focus mean? Is it looking? Of course not. What is real focus? Focus is the best possible state of being in the present moment. It is being on target with all your emotions and your entire life. It is having control over everything below. It is being ready to act at any moment. Focus is what keeps an eagle alive. And one day, something changes. The eagle begins to experience a focus problem. The eagle is there, but the focus is gone. We are talking about an eagle with psychological problems. Below, an event occurs. A small rabbit, for example. A defenseless rabbit. In a normal eagle, this triggers an alarm. It acts immediately. It captures it flawlessly. A perfectly functioning system. That is how it normally is. But this time, things are very different. The eagle does not see it. Sometimes it sees it, but ignores it. It doesn't care. But it has to care about its prey. That is what keeps it alive. The rabbit escapes. The eagle glides. It is motionless. It looks, but does not see. It just flies. We are now at the breaking point where it fails to notice its prey for the first time. A new beginning. An event that kills the old and marks the beginning of the end. The other eagles do not notice this at first. They think the eagle is not hungry, or the eagle is resting. But things are not like that at all. What does it mean for an eagle not to see its prey? It must see it. This is something it has to do in order to survive. Something is changing in the eagle's psychological system. This is called instinct. There is a malfunction in its focusing system. This is a big problem. Even if it looks small right now, it is a massive issue, because collapse is silent. Hours later, the eagle might hunt something else. Reluctantly, from the outside, everything seems to be going on as usual. But nothing is the same anymore. Life goes on, but attention does not. And this sends the strongest signal that soon life itself will not go on either. Serious changes in focus become more apparent and chronic. Think of a manager, an experienced one. He has a team. He knows every detail from years of experience. He is on top of every report. He solves every problem. Then one day there is another meeting. He arrives. He sits at the table. He looks at everyone. He pretends to listen. But he doesn't listen. He is visible there. But is he really there? An employee asks, "Sales dropped this month. What are we going to do?" He looks, but his eyes stare me. He is not listening. He plays a role. Because he is there only because he is supposed to be there. He does not have control. Even though he knows how important it is, he cannot focus. Over time, the team notices. Something has changed. The manager is still the same manager. His title is still the same. But the control is gone. This is the harsh rule of life. Loss of control, loss of attention and focus. Loss of focus does not happen all at once, quietly, piece by piece. So much so that sometimes even you do not notice it. The eagle still flies. It still glides in the sky. From the outside, everything looks normal, like a healthy eagle. A strong eagle. A free eagle. But then another breaking moment comes. Hunting time arrives, and the separation becomes clearly visible. The first moment when psychological collapse is physically noticed. The second breaking point. Normally, everything was routine. Target, focus, dive, and capture. That's it, but the eagle does nothing. There are many opportunities below. It watches. The eagle looks. It only looks. It is hunting time. But which target? This is actually a very important and very serious question. The eagle does not dive. It looks at the prey. It makes no move at all. This is not because of fatigue. Fatigue is at least a condition. Fatigue can be explained. One rests and recovers. There is at least a reason. This is absence. The death of the internal system. If I say an eagle that has lost its focus and a human who cannot control life, what would you think? They are not very different situations. Then one day, another prey appears. A different opportunity. Because there has to be a reaction. The eagle is unresponsive again. Opportunities keep coming, and every opportunity that comes escapes. Not because it is a failed eagle, but because it cannot focus. And even if there is no reaction, waiting is much better than giving up. At least being ready, at least watching for a chance keeps you connected to life. Days pass with the same thing happening. There is no reaction. The eagle stares blankly. Other eagles hunt. They are focused. The eagle needs to return to its old state. But this is impossible, because the internal system is already dead. Attention, instinct, inner drive. Losing these pushes mental collapse to the peak on top of physical strength. The eagle just stays in the sky. It does not focus. It does not hunt. It just exists, because it no longer even knows why it should pay attention. There is no reason. An eagle with no purpose left. And this is the third breaking point. The moment when you can no longer perceive the purpose of control. The moment when you have no purpose. Psychology works like this. It is the same for humans. When a person loses control, life turns into routine. Not out of desire, but out of obligation. It becomes something you have to do. It can also be called depression. A vacuum of control does not forgive. If one does not control, someone else will. Nature works with such a system. Companies work like this. Life works like this. Everything works like this. The eagle has already become another eagle. Physically, it is in the sky, but psychologically, it is on the ground. Others hunt. The eagle watches. The system is working in reverse now. Predators focus. But this eagle no longer knows what focus means. Psychologically, it is in terrible condition. Weeks pass. Others continue their lives. The eagle looks. It cannot hunt. There is no longer any order. There is no internal control. Nature now looks at the eagle like this. Others hunt. This one watches. Another terrible turning point where loss of attention reaches its peak. There is nothing left of control anymore. A father who always took care of his family. He managed household affairs. He paid the bills. He solved problems. He knew every detail. But a period begins, and he loses control. A period no one expected, and that period comes. Nothing in life is eternal. Good things end. Bad things end too. He sits at home. With his family, they talk. The father listens. But is he really listening? His eyes are empty. His mind is somewhere else. Or nowhere. Dad, did you pay the bill? His wife asks. The father is surprised. Which bill? He says. But he used to pay it every month. He used to remember every month. But now he does not remember. He does not control. He is there, but he is not there. Over time, the family slowly becomes aware of this situation. They ask less. They handle things themselves. Because there is no control. Or it will come late. Or it will never come. The father is physically there, but the management is no longer his. The house is still his, but control is gone. And if control is gone, he is no longer the same in the eyes of the family. Control is not about position. It does not come from a title. It forms inside, from attention and focus, from a sense of responsibility, from the ability to stay in the moment. And this father is losing those moments one by one. Not all at once, but individually, like a candle slowly going out, like a lake slowly drying up, like a person slowly losing control. The eagle gradually turns into someone more and more insignificant. Other eagles establish their own territories. They catch their own prey. This one no longer controls. It is just an ordinary one in the sky. Maybe the calmest, but the most ineffective. To be honest, it is no longer a hunter, a passive observer, an ordinary bird. This is the final stage of psychological disappearance. Inside, everything is exhausted now. Everything looks the same, but nothing is the same anymore. The eagle's body is intact. Its wings are strong. It is physically healthy. Physically, yes, but psychologically, nothing remains of the hunting instinct. A soulless body, a computer with no system. The eagle is the same. It is still under the same sky. But hunting is now just a memory of the past for it. Nature knows this. It recognizes it. Think of a friendship. One person always manages, plans everything, cares about every detail, keeps track of everyone's situation, notices problems in advance, guides everyone correctly. But a time comes when something breaks. The others ask, "What do you think about this project?" Silence. "Do you have an idea?" Silence. He used to answer immediately. He used to offer another idea right away. That was his role. But now things are not the same. The group needs him, but he is no longer the same person. Over time, others take over this role. Others take control. But it is not the same, because that person was the leader of the group, the control mechanism, and now he is gone. The person is still there, still a friend, still a member of the group, but the system has collapsed, and the eagle continues its life. The others are still the others. The eagle is still an eagle, but it lives with something missing now. Psychologically, this means disappearing. The body exists, but control does not. An eagle that does not pay attention can no longer be considered a predator. It is just an animal that flies. It flaps its wings, but it does not hunt. A person who does not control is no longer a leader. He just used to be one. The title exists, but the impact does not. Present, but ineffective. The eagle lives, flies, glides, sleeps, but it is no longer truly in the sky. And in the world of eagles, this is acceptable. Other eagles instinctively know the rules of life, so everyone is born, rises to the peak, and enters decline. Then everyone dies. The only difference is this: no one can predict when the collapse begins. But when the collapse is over, everyone sees it. They may not say it, but they know. When a friend loses control, others know. They ask him less. They still love him, but their trust is not the same. When a manager loses control, the team knows. They may still respect him, but they act differently now. Some things stay the same, but some things change seriously during this process, and this must be accepted. It is a natural process. Attention can disappear suddenly, and regaining it is very difficult. Maybe impossible. If you ask my opinion, as always, it is the same. Impossible. The eagle continues its life in peace. Just existing may be enough for it. It depends on what it expects from life, without paying attention, with others, or sometimes flying alone. Its mind empty, as if searching for something, without knowing what it is doing. Could it be called a flying shadow? Psychological breakaways look like this from the outside. Invisible, but permanent. They do not heal. They are only accepted. We have come to the end of another video. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm waiting for your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Don't fall into this eagle situation. I wish you good days, James.